Today we're going to be doing a low impact HIIT workout for beginners. Now, if you have a knee injury, you have a back injury, this is where you want to be because we're going to do our best to make sure you can still get your cardio in, still work out, but also make sure we don't aggravate any injuries. Let's get going. Understand that things can happen in life. You might have something that happened in the past. You might have had something just happen recently. You might have an area that's tender. But with the Happy Meal diet, what we're always doing is making sure you can do something regardless of what the circumstances may be. And by the way, if you like content like this, please do me a favor. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you can be in the know whenever we drop great videos like this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And also make sure you hang out to the very end of the video because I'm gonna be showing you this one exercise that's gonna burn more calories also without hurting your knee, bothering your back at all. So you're going to want to know this. If there's anything you need to watch in the video, it's going to be this, so make sure you make it to the end. Now, this is going to be a really fun workout. Also, I'm going to do my best to guide you along the way because I've been hearing a lot of people, whenever doing the YouTube videos, what happens is they don't feel like anyone's there to check their form. So I'm going to be giving you some concentration points you need to focus on. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to step back and we're going to be doing our thing together. Take your time. If you need to rewind, do it. Because we're going to make sure you're successful with this. We don't want you saying, man, this isn't for me. This is for you. We made it for you, and we know you can do this, so let's get this started. I do want to say this really quick, almost forgot. This workout's going to take about 20 minutes, and the beauty of HIIT workouts is this. With workouts like this, you can get the most burn with the least amount of input in terms of time. Not that it's going to be easier, but what's going to happen is it's going to start the afterburn effect. And if you saw a couple of our other videos, I mentioned this, and we got them right here, but we talked about this in the afterburn effect, how once you're done with this 25 minute workout, what's going to happen is you're going to notice, like, why am I still sweating? That's because your body's still burning calories, and that's how we like to work. We work smart, not hard. Make sure with this workout that you take your time, pace yourself, especially if you're just getting back into things. Also, if you have an injury, use some common sense. There's a difference between pain and burn. Don't fall for the hype. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I have hurt just about everything on my body. And there's one thing I can say that I listen now is I take my time, I pay attention to what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, and I'll be talking about that when I'm saying, hey, make sure you pay attention to things like this. Because if, let's say you're doing an exercise, you think you're doing it well, but in your mind's eye, it's like, oh, I'm just moving forward. What you want to do is be really mindful. If you have a mirror, use it. You have a partner, use it. If you got a window that reflects, use it. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to correct yourself. But remember, we're going to take our time and do this to make sure we do it the best way possible to prevent any aggravation or any frustration. So let's get going. I've talked enough. All right, let's go. If you love workouts like this, check the comment section because we have an exclusive workout just like this. It's all about accountability, staying together, being together, and working smarter and celebrating one another together. Check out the comments and you're going to learn so much about our exclusive group, all right? So first up, this is going to be an exercise I like to do. It's going to make sure you pull your hips back. You don't want to have your face just going forward or have your knee going forward, kind of like what I'm doing right here. It's almost like you're saying, like, what's up? You know, just make sure you're not doing that. No leaning over, your knee going over your toes. So what you're going to do is you just like that, slide that right foot back, and you will be alternating, just to let you know. Every single time you're opening your arms up like, what's up? What's up? Almost like you're looking for some trouble, but you are not, because we're good guys, we're good people here, and with the Happy Meal diet, we're all about being happy. So what you're going to start noticing is that your quadriceps are going to burn, your shoulders are going to start to burn, your traps are going to start to burn, and this is going to be 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. Now right here you can see I'm getting ready to adjust, so I'm just showing you this. We're going to tie this all together. Now we're going to be alternating the same exact thing, pulling your hips back, and I am not holding back. You're going to notice there's some times where I am looking a little tired, and it's not because I'm just showing off for the camera or trying to make it look good, but I am burning. You be very careful with your knee. Careful if you have some sort of meniscus tear, just anything, but make sure you keep your posture upright, just like I'm kind of struggling to do right here. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to be doing a Tabata style workout, tying everything together. The second series, we're going to alternate. You're going to have your feet parallel, about shoulder width. You're doing just like so. One leg stationary, the other leg coming up, parallel with your hip. Work within your own range. You might not be able to get your leg your knee quite as high. That's completely fine, but you want to work within the range that you have. I'm going parallel here just so you can see it. Making sure I'm using my hand as a guide here just to show you. Shoulders roll back and I'm just tapping. I'm also starting to feel a little burn in that left leg because that's a stationary leg. With a slight bend if it feels comfortable for you. It does for me. We will be alternating this when you're switching legs out after 20 seconds. 20 seconds seems like an eternity, by the way. 10-second cool down. This is me telling you guys, don't give up, because I want to give up. I want to take a break. Don't fall for it. Keep going. And we're just going to be alternating this, just like as I mentioned. All this is going to be tied together in a complete series, but I want to show you everything individually first so you can practice this on your own. It is a marathon, not a race. Look at that. Tank's getting empty. The tank is getting empty. It could have been because I did this, three sets prior because the camera wasn't rolling, but that's okay. No excuses here, but it's just lifting up your leg. It's a very deceptively hard exercise. Let me know how it goes for you in the comments. So what you're going to do next step is you're going to just pull your hips back. It's very similar to what we were doing earlier with one leg, but now you're going to be using both. And notice how as my hips go back, my arms are coming up, but I'm making sure that my knees don't go over, just like you saw a second ago. My knees don't go over the toes. That's going to put a lot of strain on your knee, which we don't want. Also, when I'm going down, I use my hands that kind of help as a counterbalance, make sure I don't lose my balance like I just did. But also, it's going to be burning my shoulders, my quads, my glutes, my hamstrings, my hip flexors, my abs, my spinal erectors. This is a very, very complex exercise that you do, or maybe not in succession, but you've done before. But now we're just going to up it a little bit by 20 seconds and 10 seconds rest. Obviously, you won't be alternating this because you're using both your legs, but what I like to do, just for demonstrations, is show you 2 sets of this just where you really digest it. Your hips are coming back. When you sit down, I cannot stress this enough, please make sure you're listening here. I'm not trying to preach to you, just make sure that your knees are not going over your toes. That puts unnecessary strain on your knees, and we're not doing that. So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So this is going to look very similar to what we just did. So it's going to be same pulling your hips back, but what we're going to do is alternate, stepping from one leg to the other. So you're just rocking from left to right. So squat, left, squat, right, squat. When I say squat, it's more pulling your hips back more than a squat. I just say squat because we tend to identify better with that. We're simulating the sitting that doesn't hurt your knees, but we're also just stepping out on one leg, going from side to side. We're going to be alternating this every single time. Down and out, down, out. Take that to the break. Make sure you take it. And don't get it twisted. I know this seems so simple because it is, but we all know simple doesn't mean that it's easy to do. And we're just going to hit it just like that. We're going to do it for another round. Just make sure you got it. So this is going to be taken from my son's karate class. It's called a knee smash. Now this is going to work your shoulders and your obliques. I'm going head on so you can see what I'm doing. It's going to be crossing over your body. So your right knee is going towards your left shoulder. Wherever your hands go, I want your head to follow. That's a big rule of thumb. I talked about that in another video, which you're going to see right here, right now on the screen, if you want to click that so you can see what I'm talking about. Wherever your head goes, the body goes. So you want to make sure that you keep your hands in alignment. Keep your eyes in alignment with the hands. Make sure they stay just like so. When you reach back, just like before, make sure your knees don't go over your toes. This is going to burn the leg that is stationary. However, the leg that's not stationary is going to be working those obliques. Look at that. And as you can see, we alternated things. There we go. You might get a little offbeat, just like I just did right there, just because you get a little tired. If you do, it's all right. Just kind of correct it. I looked at the camera. You're going to see me doing that on occasion, just to make sure I keep my form. But that's actually a good idea. No one has to see it. Have a camera around while you're doing the exercise, so maybe you can replay it. Delete it later if you don't want people to look. But that way you can be ensured that your form is nice and tight. Keeping your balance, making sure that weight is in the heel that is stationary. So here's a good, bad, the ugly. This is real sweat, okay? We're about halfway through. I wanted to show you the exercise. Now what we gotta do, we're gonna string these bad boys together and you can get a great workout. Take your time with this, find a balance. If you need to rest, take it. This ain't the Olympics, okay? So just take your time with this and we're gonna string all these together. We're gonna be doing all 4 of those exercises back to back. We're gonna be doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and we're gonna switch every single time, and that's gonna be 1 round. All right, let's get back to this. I'm going crazy. I wanna keep this burn. I wanna keep the burn. If you can't tell by my face, if you can't tell by the sweat, that was not easy. Back injury, knee injury, no matter what it is, this was a great workout. Whether it says beginner or not, look at me. The proof is in the pudding. I was just doing this right along with you all. But I just want to tell you thank you so much for taking time to watch this, for trusting us and believing us. The Happy Meal Diet is all about putting the S in success. Guys, if you like this video, trust me, you want to check out these videos because they're just as awesome. We're going to see you next time.